Alright, you read the title. Here's what I want for Battlefront 3. First of all, I'd like to say this. Whose genius idea was it to put BB-8 in the game instead of R2-D2, C-3PO, Mace Windu, Qui-gon Jinn, Ahsoka Tano? Ben Quadranaros would have been a better choice than BB-8. But, you know, they put BB-8 in. So, to start, I want to talk about some characters that I'd love to see.
It's treason, then.
First of all, Ahsoka Tano would just be a great choice. Another lightsaber duelist who could have many skins and is just a fan favorite. And to go along with her, you could throw Asajj Ventress in, who again is another fan favorite, and would just be the opposite character to Ahsoka Tano. On the note of Clone Wars, Savage Opress, another lightsaber duelist that could add more variety to the game. He could have like a horn charge attack, and he's also just a fan favorite, as everybody loves the Clone Wars. Next up, Mace Windu, an obvious pick who is just, he should have been put in the game instead of BB-8. He was just massively disrespected, and it's just like, wow, really? Mace Windu? You say no to Mace Windu, but BB-8, oh, come on in. And he would just be played by so many people, so he's just a great choice for the game. Next up, Qui-gon Jinn. Some consider Qui-gon Jinn to be the best Jedi to ever live. He was Obi-Wan Kenobi's wise master, who would just be an undeniable asset to the game. Again, he's a fan favorite, and is just an amazing Jedi, and would add so much more, and is another lightsaber character for the game. Next up, Padme Amidala. She would be an amazing choice. She did so much in the prequel trilogy, and the Clone Wars. So many people would play her. I mean, you could have skins like Queen Amidala, battle damaged as seen in the Battle of Geonosis, and just many of her outfits from Revenge of the Sith. Next up, Jango Fett. Even just a Jango Fett skin for Boba Fett would be incredible. And in fact, it's kind of weird that they didn't throw that in already. It's just a skin, and so many people would use it. But no, they decided they wouldn't. So yeah, that's a character I'd like to see, even if it's just as a skin. Also, a proper Palpatine would be cool. Give him a Darth Sidious skin, give him the ability to switch his weapon from lightning to lightsaber in the weapon selection screen, and it would just be great. Nobody would complain. I mean, he would be another lightsaber duelist, one of the best in the galaxy, and nobody would complain about that. Alright, now here's some modes I would like to see. First of all, I would love to see a genuine 1v1 mode, and also a way to 1v1 your friend. It would just be an amazing choice for the game, and almost everybody would use it to recreate their favorite duels, or just to create new duels they have always wanted to see. Also, a hero hunt mode would be cool. A game mode where one hero has to run and hide from either other heroes or just a bunch of regular troopers. Another great mode would be a horror mode on Dagobah. Dagobah is a very Force-sensitive planet, particularly in the dark side, and it would be the perfect planet for a horror-themed game where you have to survive as long as possible from hallucinations, scary creatures, and other dangerous situations. On the note of horror modes, a horror mode on Tantive 4 would be really cool too. A bunch of players have to hide from, run from, and maybe even defeat Darth Vader on Tantive 4. Vader would be a randomly selected player. Also, just something I feel would be good for newer players. Single-player heroes vs. villains. For those who are new to the game or just want a break from people, it would be a really nice mode. Alright, here's some maps. For 1v1 mode, Hero Showdown, or Heroes vs. Villains, the Emperor's Throne Room. It's just such an iconic place and would make for a great map. Especially like force pushing people into a reactor shaft would be cool. Also, another map that nobody would complain about. In fact, I don't think anybody would complain about any of these maps, but Mustafar. So you could recreate the iconic Anakin vs. Obi-Wan duel, or just any duel in general. It would be a really nice map. And it would also be a map where you have to be very careful not to fall into lava, and would be just a great choice for duels. Next up, Petranaki Arena, also known as the Geonosian Arena, from Episode 2. I can't believe this isn't already in the game. I mean, this would be a great map for heroes vs. villains, and nobody would complain about it again, because it's an arena. It would just make so much sense for a heroes vs. villains match in an arena. Next up, the Carbon Freezing Chamber from Episode 5. It's the iconic place where Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker dueled. Of course, we all know what happened at the end of that fight. No! but it would just be a great map to recreate that duel or other duels. I believe this was in Battlefront 1. You could have a feature where you could throw people into the carbon freezing chamber. That would be pretty cool. Now, here's a map that's not in the game that I didn't even realize wasn't in the game until I started writing this video. Coruscant. The fact that there is no map for Coruscant is really weird. I mean, the whole prequel trilogy, Coruscant was the home base. The fact it's not in the game is really weird. As previously mentioned, you gotta have Dagobah. Dagobah's just an iconic place. Nobody would complain about it. They could throw little Easter eggs in there, like the creature in the swamp, and other just really cool things they could add to Dagobah. Another thing I would like to have for Heroes vs. Villains would be ship maps, such as the Invisible Hand, which is Grievous's flagship, the Venator, Tantive 4, or a Star Destroyer. Being able to recreate the Obi-Wan and Anakin vs. Count Dooku duel in the Invisible Hand would be really, really cool. And I don't think anybody would complain about it once again. The Venator would be a cool map because, you know, it's the Venator, it's from the Clone Wars. Tantive 4 would be nice, and a Star Destroyer. It would be nice to be able to have duels on these iconic ships from the movies. Now here's some skins I would like to see. Attack of the Clones skins for Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Padme. And another thing that doesn't make sense is there's no Phantom Menace skins for Obi-Wan, obviously if he was added, Qui-gon Jinn, and Darth Maul. It is really weird that there's not a Darth Maul in robes skin. Something that's weird is Darth Vader has no skins. Maybe this is a bit of a stretch, but they could have the different appearances, such as A New Hope, The Empire Strikes Back, or Return of the Jedi. And if not that, even just like an unmasked or battle-damaged Vader would be really, really nice. And it would be like, oh, look what I unlocked. There's just no outfits for the iconic villain who everyone knows. You could walk on the street and show anybody a random picture of Darth Vader, and they'd be like, oh yeah, that's Darth Vader, whether they've seen the movie or not. If anyone deserves alternate skins, it's Darth Vader. Also, while this could lead to confusion, Nightfall Vader, if possible, would be really cool too. Now, as previously stated, Jango Fett should be a character, but if they don't want to add him as a character because he's too similar to Boba Fett, they should at least put him as a skin. And also, how is there no Ben Kenobi for Obi-Wan? Ben Kenobi was the first look that Obi-Wan ever had from the original movie. The fact that there's no Ben Kenobi skin is really weird. They should absolutely add Ben Kenobi. Another cool thing, similar to Farm Boy Luke and Old Master for Luke and Darth Maul, would be Force Ghosts. Force Ghost skins that you can unlock for Yoda, Anakin, Obi-Wan, all these characters would be really cool, and it would be like, oh, look what I unlocked. And it could be a really nice legendary skin where people could just be like, oh, wow, that's cool. That guy has the Force Ghost skin. That means he's probably pretty good at the game. And mentioned earlier, Supreme Chancellor, Senator, and Darth Sidious skins for Palpatine would be really cool. Now to finish this off, while I don't know much about game making, if it is possible, they should add crossplay across all platforms. That would be cool, and it would absolutely boost the player count in the game. Thank you for watching the whole video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, like, subscribe, ring the bell, and watch some more of my videos. Also, join the Discord server, link down below. Have a nice day.